All right, questions whenever you guys are ready.
BJ, how would you describe that second half?
I mean, I think for the team, it kind of turned into a track meet. It turned into a game that we're not used to playing in terms of it becoming a shootout. But, you know, kudos to our team for, you know, going small. And like I said, our coaching staff went small, and us being able to play faster and putting Colin at the 5 and use his ability, his agility, and just being able to play fast with those guys because they were pushing hard in transition. So, I mean, I think the biggest thing for us was that we had to get back and try to slow down the transition. And on offense, you know, we had to keep scoring because they kept scoring pretty much.
But I think you had 15 points in the final 3:58. Let's talk about that little stretch there for you.
No, I mean, first I just want to thank, you know, my teammates for looking for me and giving me the ball. You know, I mean, they look for me when I'm open. They look for me when I got it going. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing, you know, that, I mean, I just thanks to them really because they look for me to get the shots off and they encourage me to, you know, take my looks when I have them and things like that. So, I mean, that's where that comes from.
Have you ever had a scoring barrage? I mean, I know you've had them in your career here, but to produce that much in the last couple of minutes.
I mean, I'm not sure. Not that comes to mind like right now. I'm still in the moment of this game, but I mean, like I said, I was able to get some shots going there. I mean, we were able to feed Smitty a couple of times, and he kicked it back out for me for open looks. I mean, those are the type of things that, you know, it's hard for teams to guard us like that. You know, if they're gonna send a double team on our bigs like that, I mean, the guys passing it out will get open looks, open shots.
So what do you learn about yourselves when you play a game like this?
Well, we know that we can play small now. We know that we can play with faster teams, smaller teams, and we know that we could just keep attacking. We could score. We could score with other teams, and we could play D against other teams.
It seemed like for Georgia Southern couldn't miss there for a while. Was there some deficiencies you saw on defense, or just one of those things where they were just really hot?
I think it's just a case of those teams that just going to give us everything they got, and they're just going to hit tough shots. To be honest.
Yeah.
We know you can shoot from outside. And this year, I think it was 1 of 7 coming in from deep, and then early on you were able to hit a couple threes. Just was that something going into the game plan that you thought you could exploit?
Well, I noticed the team started to like play off me and kind of disrespect me out there, so I decided just to shoot. You know, I've been working on it all summer, and all last year for my redshirt season, so I might as well just take those threes, be confident in them.
What would you describe as you're watching BJ do his thing there in the last 4 minutes? As you're just watching him on the floor, what are you seeing? What are you thinking?
I'm like, man, this guy's crazy, man. I'm like, what's going on? Like, he can't miss. Like, I'm in foul trouble on the bench, looking around, like, oh my goodness, is he gonna stop scoring? But it's like, it's really amazing to watch, and it's pretty cool to see a man just get hot like that. So,
BJ, as a scorer and as a basketball fan, and as basketball is played, you know, often these days, is it fun to be in this sort of up and down games where offense is really the name of the game?
I mean, yeah. I mean, for how we play, that's not what we want. But I mean, kind of like Colin said, when we get in those situations and the team's playing small and the team's playing fast, I mean, sometimes we just got to get with it, and we got to, you know, play fast, and we got to, you know, be able to match them, you know, scoring the ball. I mean, Coach always says it's just about winning the game, man. I mean, the biggest thing for us tonight was getting the win.
You guys had a big lead. Obviously, they stormed back and got a lead on you guys. What's kind of going through your mind at that time? Are you thinking, you know, we can't let this happen again because it happened against FAU?
I mean, I think we learned from it. I think we showed a little more maturity tonight in terms of we kept playing and we got timely stops when we needed them. We got a stop there at the end of the game, and we got the rebound, and we got another stop, and we got the rebound. We knocked our free throws down at the end, and we closed it out. I mean, those are things we didn't do at the end of the FAU game. So even though it was an up-and-down game and they scored a lot of points, we made some stops there at the end of the game that made the difference.
Cool to have the football team here in attendance?
Yeah, no question. Shout out to those guys. I mean, set the standard. I mean, it was great to have them here, having them support us. Titus Davis, Gabe, Matt, all those guys, great seeing them here, and, you know, best of luck to them against LSU.
I know a lot of the football players played basketball, and then at some point they decided they got to focus on football because that wasn't for them. What, did you guys ever think about playing football early in your high school career, or you always focused on basketball?
Did you play football?
Played a little Pop Warner back in the day, but yeah.
I played in high school, and then I stopped and just focused on basketball.
Okay. Like freshman?
Yeah, no, I played varsity when I was a freshman.
Okay.
And then I just stopped. My high school didn't let me play the position I wanted to play.
Okay.
Which was?
Well, I was playing running back and linebacker, and I wanted to play quarterback. So that was it for me after they let me play quarterback.
Why would they let you play quarterback?
We had an older guy who was already playing quarterback at our school, so they didn't want to let me crack the rotation.
So if you got in there, I mean, do you think your high school career might have been a little bit different? You might have been a 2-sport star by the end of things, or you think
the guys joke all the time and say I have a football body and say, you know, I'm built like a football player. So I mean, I definitely think I could have been a 2-sport athlete. You know, I definitely think I could have did it, but you know, the Cars played the way they played. I think it's working out well for me.
Right. I agree. All right.
That it? Yeah, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Can I catch my breath? You know, it was a track meet tonight. You know, they're a very good basketball team. I told our guys, and they average 88.5 points a game, and you can see why. I mean, they have a number of guys that can score the basketball. They play with confidence. They're a veteran team, and I give our guys credit. We beat a very good basketball team tonight when they were playing at their best, and so that's what you want to see your team do. I thought our guys showed a lot of poise, you know, especially in the second half when they took the lead. I thought our guys really locked in, stayed focused, and made the plays down the stretch that they needed to make, whether it be, you know, BJ making his plays, whether it be Terrell's drive or Arby's shot or Colin Smith's, you know, offensive rebound. I thought those plays down the stretch was huge, and like I said, I'm just really happy, you know, about our guys' effort in this win.
What did they do that forced you out of your game?
Well, they really you know, dictated the tempo. I mean, they're so fast in transition that you know, every time they get it, they're looking to run and get out and try to get you into a track meet. You know, we tried to resist that because that's not how we play. But finally, you know, we just go small and just kind of just play that way. And I'm confident in our players. I'm confident we have guys that can score the basketball too, as evident by us scoring, 95 points in this game in the regulation. So we know we can score too. And so that was something that we had to make the adjustment, but give them credit. They were able to kind of dictate the way the game was going to be played.
You've seen a lot of good stretches from VJ, but that last 4 minutes there, he scores 15 points in the final 3:58. Is that maybe the best stretch of clutch basketball you've seen from him?
It's right up there, that's for sure. Fortunately, I've had him for 3 years or 2.5 years. It was out half last season, so he's had some amazing moments, but this was definitely one of the best moments that I've seen him have, like down the stretch of a basketball game. He was really locked in, and it showed. He made big play after big play offensively for us.
You guys led at one point by 17 in the first half. They stormed back, had a 5-point lead. What was kind of that moment like? I know there was a game earlier in the season where you let one slip away. Did that experience kind of help the guys and not panic and to kind of lock everything down?
You know, I think it did. I think having been in those situations before, you kind of know what to expect. I mean, teams are going to make runs. They made a good run. You know, we got up by 17, but, you know, they closed the half on a 6-0 run. They come out of halftime and they score immediately right away again. So they're on an 8 or 9. I'm not sure if that was a 2 or 3. I can't recall. But all of a sudden they're on an 8-0 or 9-0 run, kind of quietly, you know, toward the end of half and the beginning of the second half. But our guys were able to weather that storm, and like I said, because they've been in a situation before, and was able to understand how we have to play to win.
Colin Smith gets a double-double. He early on scored, you know, like I think 8 points or 7 points in the early going. But what did you see from Colin tonight? You
know, I see a player that's maturing right before our eyes. I mean, I've seen the last few games. I see him starting to grow. In the game, it seems to be slowing down for him out there now. He's starting to recognize situations a little bit quicker, and he could be a very productive player for us. You know, we have a lot of confidence in who we think he can become, and I think you saw some glimpses of it tonight.
What would you have liked to have seen your defense do differently?
Hold them to 50. we didn't do a good enough job. Now I watched the film and I'll be able to dissect it a little more. I think they got into our paint just too much in a variety of ways. And that's not who we are. That's not how we defend. We have to do a better job of containing the ball handler, and that's something that I'm sure I'll see over and over again on film, and we'll get to work on it immediately.
While you're watching that kind of game and you can see the pace picking up, you're a defensive coach, so what are you thinking in that moment as the pace of the game is sort of getting out of hand for you?
Well, it's funny because people consider me a defensive coach, and I love that side of basketball. I know you have to do that to win, but I like offense too. So that's why I said earlier about the fact that I know my guys are capable of playing in the game like that. Just because we don't play like that don't mean I don't think our guys can. You know, we have a unique situation because we have the biggest presence in college basketball with Taco, and you have Chad, some bigger guys. So we kind of play where we balance out what we're doing a little bit. But I'm also confident that we can play that type of style if we have to. And tonight we had to. I mean, I didn't know it was going to come up and be that way. I thought we could maybe impose, our will and our system. But give them credit. They got the pace going the way they want it. But I got guys that want to go play that way. BJ wants to play that way. Aubrey wants to play that way. Terrell wants to play that way. Caesar wants to play that way. I got a number of guys, and I can go on and on, that want to play. Frank wants to play that way. Dayon. So all our perimeter guys, they're fine in that type of a game. So it's just a function of, understanding that balance of when we have to do that and when we need to make sure that we understand that getting that ball inside and the value of getting those touches in there.
The UCF football team was there tonight. We asked BJ if he ever played football, and he wanted
football
to play.
Team was there tonight?
Yeah, he
Okay.
and BJ as a freshman played running back and linebacker. He said he wanted to play quarterback, and after that point, kind of focus on basketball. What about you growing up? Were you always a basketball player? Did you play football at all? Or?
Man, now we starting to get too intrusive. I'll tell you, I used to. That was my first love. I wanted to play football. I wanted to be a football player. That's why I thought I was going to be a wide receiver in the NFL. That was my dream, But we had pads, and I was bigger. You wouldn't believe this, but I was probably 5. In middle school, I was probably close to the same size I am now. So I was pretty long. Not too big, but long. So where do I start off on the line? Here's a guy that want to go run out and catch balls. I'm super fast, quick, can jump, and I'm on the line just blocking for the quarterback. I'm like, you know what? I think it's time for me to change sports. If this how they envision me, I think I need to play another sport. And that's how I ended up transitioning to basketball. But football was my first love. I loved it. Thought I was going to be a wide receiver all my early years.
Really? Okay. So what age did basketball kind of take up your primary focus? Was it getting into high school, or was it before that?
No, it was before that. I started getting into it probably around, basketball really started going around about 5th and 6th grade. About 6th grade is when I really started to say, this is my new passion. This is where I want to go with this. And from that day on, I just started staying with basketball. They tried to get me to come back to football. Players were like, hey, you know what? He's really fast and quick. Maybe you should think about moving his position. Well, come on back out in the spring and let's. I think I'm going to stick with basketball now.
I think it worked out pretty well.
So there you go.
Anything else?
Appreciate it.
Well, good.
Thanks,
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.